This is a Fraser's banded snail. It is a native land snail that can be found in northern New South Wales and southern Queensland. One of the most surefire ways of identifying a Fraser's banded snail is the very convex, up-facing lip, and also the grey mantle. Fraser's banded snails have large dome-shaped shells. His shell diameter can be up to 5.5 centimeters. Fraser's banded snails also have very long antennae, and they can be up to 4 times as large as their bottom antennae. This beautiful mollusk also has one large narrow foot that spans its entire body length. It uses this foot to slither along and move. It is a form of locomotion. They also secrete slime, if you look here. And he's been sliming on me quite a lot. This is a lot like lubricant, so then he can go quicker along the forest floor that he lives on. Fraser's banded snails have a large wart on the top of their heads, which secretes a pheromone which attracts mates, which he is not showing at the moment, but you can just see a bit of a tiny hole where it usually is. Fraser's banded snails are hermaphroditic, meaning they have both male and female sex organs, and they can breed with themselves. But it is good for them to find a mate to breed with. Having a breeding mate means that the wild population is more genetically diverse, meaning that it can strengthen the species in the long run. Fraser's banded snails are commonly misidentified as European garden snails, and people kill them on the spot because they think that they're an introduced species. And also, farmers and gardeners will kill these beautiful creatures because they eat their plants and also their crops. And they will poison them and do all sorts of terrible things to them. And as they do that, they are endangering the wild population and making all our ecosystems change. And poisons do not discriminate between the European introduced snails and these beautiful native snails. They just kill blindly. And you have to remember that these snails, when you poison them, the birds will eat them, like noisy pitters and all kinds of ravens and crows will eat these snails, and the poison will course through their system and they will die as a result. Our native lizards also eat snails. But luckily for these snails, they mainly live in rainforest-like conditions up on Mount Tambourine and Mount Glorious. So they rarely come in contact with our gardeners, but when they do, it is catastrophic to the wild population. We can't let these snails fade away and disappear in our native environment because they are an important contributor to the ecosystem. Because they eat fallen fruits like these, and also pieces of leaf litter like this, and they break it down and compost our land and fertilize it and revitalize it. These snails make great pets.